Well, it's been a pretty interesting past 24 hours for myself, travelling from Warrington, where I started off at midnight, down to Portsmouth, and now I am sitting in the port at Cannes on the north coast of France. So another trip down to France with fish, and yeah, drove down last night. Heavy rain, thunderstorms, and temperatures at 18 Celsius reading on the dashboard at 4:30 this morning, and the lightning was kind of off and on pretty much throughout the overnight period and into this morning. Sunshine as I gazed over the English Channel on the boat, and then I arrived into Cannes, and the heavens opened once again. More thunder, more lightning. You can see here from the radar image that this is the system that was over the southern portion of England and pushed northwards over the last 6 or so hours. Now we've got a secondary feature that is now exiting France. That literally just went over me um, as I arrived here in port, and you can see it's like, I know it's not, but it almost looks slightly like band features around a tropical system. One now moving, of course, up into the central belt, which was over the south coast this morning, and now we've got a secondary band of thundery rain moving across the channel into the southern half of the UK. Temperature wise, very, very pleasant indeed. If you like warmth during the middle portion of autumn, we're seeing temperatures 19, even 20 Celsius in the past hour along the south coast, and we are talking about temperatures well above normal. This is the United States, by the way, and some very warm temperatures here into the 30s across the central portion of the country. Cold on the west coast, cold compared to normal anyway across the southeast and Florida, as you can see here, and indeed Europe. It is well above normal temperature wise, and we have got a setup here, folks, that could end up pushing one of the warmest ends to an October on record. I reckon maybe I'll be proven wrong with that one, but this is the ECMWF. This is the current setup here, and you can see that area of low pressure, fairly deep feature like we've seen in recent times, lifting northwards to the west of the European continent. So hence why we're seeing very mild conditions here. These areas of low pressure dropping south, develop, pick up warm air out of Morocco, where temperatures have been 38 Celsius, and transferring it northwards over Iberia, France, and into the UK. And it looks as if that theme is going to continue as we go through the course of the next week. The upcoming work week looks still unsettled. We've got a bump in the isobars as we get a bit of a break in between systems, but we do have more energy coming up from the south. This is during Monday. You notice here the winds are turning a little bit more west, west to southwest. Sorry, not quite as warm, but then what we've got is during the middle and second half of this week. Look at this here. So we've got an area of low pressure at 981, well to the west of the UK and Ireland. We've got another feature developing embedded within that southerly flow that is going to bring more showers, thunderstorms, and another intrusion of warm air, especially behind that system as it lifts north. So Wednesday into Thursday, we could be seeing temperatures in the low 20s, and we're going to be talking about a few days away from the month of November here. So look at this setup here. It doesn't get much milder than this if you look at the 850 temperatures here. We'll play it through the loop, and you can see here that the positioning of the ridge over Europe, trough over the Atlantic, is just a wide open door to unusually warm air. As you can see here, moving up out of Spain, France, and into the southern half of the UK. Particularly Thursday, I think we could see temperatures 21 to dare I say 23 Celsius. Possible if we get sunshine and all the ingredients. We've got a strong southerly wind, whatnot, coming together. Just a pretty remarkable end to the month of October. And overall, I do think that the forecast for the month of October has been pretty decent. Warmer than normal, wetter than normal has been the theme. You can see here as we move into the 30th, 31st of October, we're seeing very, very mild air compared to normal, getting pulled and rotated up into the British Isles. This could be one of the warmest Halloweens, by the way, on record, if these models are proven correct. Looking at the 12-meter temperatures of the model here for the British Isles, we can see here as we press through the week, we continue to see we've got a little bit of a cooling. You notice here if we go back, we've got a very cold night. Monday night into Tuesday, like I said, a little break in between weather systems, spreading the isobars, we get clear skies, colder air, but it doesn't last long. And then as we press into the new work week, you notice here that we see these pushes of warm air transferring from 850 down to the surface with sunshine, with southerly winds, temperatures 20, 21, possibly 22 Celsius, during the course of Thursday, I think. And you can see here all the way towards the 1st November, 20 degrees on the chart here. This is off the GFS, by the way. And of course, we look at the GFS ensemble and it's showing the same picture here. So this is the upcoming 5-day period. No surprise, well above normal temperature-wise. We play it through the loop, takes us from November into, takes us from October into November, and you can see the warmer than normal theme persisting. Does this necessarily mean anything for later down the road? No, it doesn't. So let's not just take this one event, this one spell of warmth, and just make an assumption that winter's going to be this, that, or the next thing. We can't obviously do that. I am going to look at previous Octobers, similar to what we're seeing, September, October, and even looking at the month of November and some of the winters that followed. So we're going to look at that in the coming days anyway, so stay tuned for that. And enjoy the warmth while it lasts. I'll tell you what, it's certainly doing us a big favour with regards to the energy bills, that's for sure. We would certainly rather this compared to the opposite. And my fear is that we do eventually go to the opposite and we will get stung big time in our pockets. So enjoy the mild conditions while it lasts, folks. And I'll be back again tomorrow with more. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. See you again next time. Bye for now.